Hey guys, welcome to First Look Gamer here. Today I'm in Las Vegas, so I wanted to talk about a game that I love and is close to my heart, Fallout New Vegas. So let's dive in. Fallout New Vegas is kind of a very desolate game. Obviously, all the Fallout games are after an apocalypse, a nuclear apocalypse. But this one's in the Mojave Desert, which is kind of what you think of when you think of nuclear bombs, because that's where all the testing had gone on, and that's where I'm at right now. But very gray, very atmospheric for a nuclear wasteland, and that's one of the things I like so much about Fallout New Vegas is just the atmosphere. Going from the desert to the strip, all the colors are popping, kind of like how it is, to this day. All the casinos and stuff like that. Obsidian did a great job of trying to portray that in this game, and you really feel it as you're going through and walking around the strip. One of the best parts about this game is the companions. Every companion is very memorable. Rex, the dog, is a robot, and it's dying when you first meet it, and you gotta do a mission where you gotta say, I think it's like the neurons in its body are failing, so that's one of the first things you do is save Rex, save his life, and he's a great companion throughout the game. Helps you kills the ghoulies or whatever they're called as they're going through the desert, and he was one of my favorites, but not my absolute favorite, which we'll get to. Eddie, the robot, he's kind of bland, but it's his dry humor, I think, that makes him so great. Another great robotic character. Neither of the characters have anything to do with the factions in this game, which a lot of them do, but they're really good to take along, and they're some of my favorites because they don't have any bias to a certain faction, and they're just there along for the ride to help you out. One of the companions in the game is Arcade Gannon. He's a follower of the apocalypse. Those are just people that are dooming, the end of the world. He's just a part of that crew. Not really a big fan on him. Another one is Craig Boone. Now, this is my favorite companion in the game. He was a part of the NCR, but one of the battles was too much for him and he left. He was a sniper for the NCR, and now he's kind of rogue. He wants you to help him find the person that put his wife into slavery, which is pretty dark for a Fallout game, even with all the desolate stuff going on. But that was one of my favorite missions, is helping him out, and he's just an awesome guy. Pretty much a one-hit kill when he is your companion, and one of the best companions as far as battling and dialogue. Lily's another companion that you have in the game. She's just a mutant from the nuclear bomb, and she's kind of got some comic relief to her, but not really my favorite. Kind of unrealistic, whereas this game does have a lot of realism in it and kind of took me out of it. Cass, she's part of the NCR, the current version of the NCR, and she's kind of aware of the corruption that's going on in the NCR, and so you kind of help her on her journey on understanding that and maybe helping out the NCR any way you can with her. Those missions are really great. Another companion you have is Veronica. She's part of the Brotherhood of Steel. Brotherhood of Steel is a constant in all the Fallout games, so we all kind of know what they're about. She's trying to help with the politics because they're kind of going through some stuff, and it's kind of a little bit like Cass, but with the Brotherhood of Steel side. These companions are what really make the game for me. All of them have their own missions, their own things going on, and I really like Cass and Veronica, how you're trying to help out their certain factions on helping them understand why they're even a part of it, and it helps you get some insight on which faction you're going to choose as you go through the game. So now let's get into the factions. The first one is Caesar's Legion. Now, Caesar's Legion is different than anything I've seen in any Fallout game. Caesar's Legion is very cruel. They have slavery. They crucify people. They're just genuinely bad people, and they all follow Caesar, of course. And other than that, they don't really know what they're doing. They're just following him endlessly and doing whatever he says. And it's definitely the bad guys of the game. Which, if you want to side with that, you can do whatever you want in Fallout games. But especially in New Vegas, you really have a choice of good and evil. And if you choose Caesar's Legion, you're definitely choosing evil. Then there's the NCR. That's the classic democracy going against Caesar's Legion the entire game, and that's usually who I go with if I'm trying to just have a good, clean playthrough. But, they have their own issues with the politics and the stuff going on, and your companions kind of help you to see that out. Then there's a twist. Mr. House, he's kind of the leader of the Strip. He owns the biggest building on the Strip, and he's like this robotic face voice that you talk to, and it's very creepy, but very awesome. He's with you all the way, and he's trying to get you to upgrade his Securitrons So that way they're pretty much a war machine that they'll be able to kill anything in sight. You find out through the game that he actually was someone who survived the nuclear bomb that had happened, and that's part of the reason why there's not too much nuclear waste around the strip, is because of the technology he had made to, get past the nuclear war. I really liked that part of the game with Mr. House. I thought that was really innovative and cool. Definitely a little eerie evilness to him too, kind of like Caesar's Legion, but a cool part of Fallout New Vegas. And they also give you a choice of pretty much not going with any of them or killing them all. And that's the choice of Yes Man. It's like this robotic guy with you, but you can kind of choose whichever way you want. And Fallout New Vegas gives you any choice. Side one, side none, kill them all. That's just another great thing about the game. Tons of weapons in the game. Weapons everywhere. Weapons that weren't in Fallout 3. Stuff like that. Just really cool. Rocket launchers. Just aliens in the desert. I mean, everything. The whole 9 yards. I really love this game a lot because of all the choices you get. Being able to choose any of the factions or choosing none, choosing all. It ends with this battle on the dam between Caesar's Legion and the NCR. And being a part of choosing one or the other is great, but killing them all, that's just another great choice. And it really makes Fallout New Vegas different than 4 and 3 and really sets it apart. And that's just one reason I love New Vegas. I figured, I'm here in Vegas. What better time than to shoot a video about one of my favorite games? So please, guys, if you have any memories of Fallout New Vegas, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to read them. I'd love to hear about what you thought of New Vegas, if you thought it was better than 3 at the time, or if it's better than 4, which I think is obvious. But whatever you think, let me know. If you could, subscribe, hit the bell. It really helps out this channel a lot. We're growing kind of slow, but it's a new channel, so I really appreciate any help you can give me. Share on Twitter, share anywhere you can. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching.